what is pattern research? This is an important question in the UX field. A lot of people are familiar with competitive analysis, which is looking at 3 to 5 examples. And this is what a lot of people in the UX industry do when starting a new design project because it's useful for inspiration, have something to go off of. But pattern research is basically the same thing but on steroids. Instead of looking at 3 to 5 examples, you're often looking at dozens or even hundreds of examples. There's a few really key benefits of doing this. Number one, when you look at more examples, you just find more possibilities, like more potential design solutions. This is really key because if you don't know what's possible, how in the world are you going to get to what's optimal? A second key benefit is that by looking at a lot of examples, you start to see common trends, common patterns that people expect because users are looking at a lot of different websites throughout their everyday life. And if you can match those expectations, so for instance, where do they often see certain buttons? What layouts do they often see? What are they expecting to happen when they click a certain thing? If you can understand this, you have a major advantage because you can create an interface that's intuitive to users, even if it's their first time on your website. This is really important. They don't have to learn your website. Another key benefit of pattern research is you get to find unique and potentially innovative design approaches that you can use to delight your visitors and users. It's basically like getting to tap into the world's best creativity. On a normal project, you usually get to hire one designer, they get to work on it, give their input. But instead, what if you got to hire not only that designer, but also the best designers in the world from all of the top digital brands and leverage their creativity? You actually do get to do that when you're doing pattern research because pattern research is basically looking at all of their work, looking at all the decisions that they made, and then making inferences based on those decisions. Like, wow, look at what this designer did. I bet that's going to be useful for our goal as well. That's why pattern research is so powerful, is because you get a combination of all 3 of those benefits. Number 1, you get to see what's possible before you try to decide what's optimal. Number 2, you get to find the common and expected design patterns so that users don't have to learn your application or your interface. They basically just intuitively know how to use it, even if it's their first time using it. And then lastly, you get to see potentially innovative design approaches, leverage the world's best creativity, see fun and cool ways of solving UX problems that other people have already faced and they've already thought through. Those are really 3 major key benefits of pattern research, and it's super important to do this. It's just really, really hard. Why is it hard? There's just lots of possibilities. The only way to approach this is by doing it systematically for years, working late nights, working weekends. Just really go after it and do it for a long enough time so that whenever someone has a new design project, you have data that's ready to go. Like, you don't have to start it from scratch. You have at least 80%, 90%, sometimes even 100% of the research already done before it's even asked. There's no faster turnaround time than 0. It's kind of like the NASCAR principle. When you look at a race and you see the people that are ready to change the tires, they're not like lollygagging. They're not going to like Goodyear to go, y'all have a spare tire that we can use? This guy ran a flat. No, they have tires ready to go. They are ready to go. And that is what pattern research allows you to do. My whole goal is so that whenever anyone has a project, I have data ready to go. I don't have to like do a long turnaround time or something like that. Just want to give you a quick intro into what pattern research is. Hope you found this video useful. And if you have any questions, just let me know.